Hey, I'm Lorelei, registered dietitian nutritionist. Welcome to my kitchen and happy Soup-tember. I also want to give a big welcome to Joe, who did a lot of my chopping today. Thank you so much, Sue, or shall I say, soup chef.
Yes, I'll be your soup chef for Soup-tember anytime. Every month should be Soup-tember, but particularly September.
Soup-tember.
Yes.
Because it's Soup-tember, we're going to make soup. I also have a couple of other soup recipes on my channel, I think.
I think
A couple.
I'm told,
Yeah. Joe's favorite food is soup. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
We're gonna do a mushroom barley soup today.
I like mushrooms.
Yeah, it's really simple. There's not really anything extraordinary to it. It's kind of better than the sum of its parts, let's just say. Although mushrooms are pretty awesome. Mushrooms, potentially a source of vitamin D. Remember when we were trying to make that song about how to get your vitamins and minerals from food?
Vitamins, vitamins, and minerals. Yes.
You remember. You can get vitamin D from the sun, but like if you're not out in the sun and you want to get it from your food.
Fortified foods like milk have vitamin D.
Vitamin D. The best source of this vitamin is fish from the sea.
Fish from the sea.
Yes.
How many more do we have? Play free bird. What? I'm sorry. I thought I heard something.
No, come back. It's going well. So vitamin D is mostly from the sun, right? That's how we are programmed to actually get vitamin D in our bodies. But you know, these days we try to avoid things like skin cancer from the sun. So
moderation in all things.
But you might be avoiding sun exposure because of, you know, the skin cancer risk. B,
sure.
You might live inside or work indoors most of the time.
That's mostly true.
Yeah. C, it might be winter and the sun is just not out. If you're not getting your vitamin D from the sun, which is normal, you might think, oh, well, I can just go ahead and get it from food. It's not in a whole lot of foods.
I'm guessing it's in mushrooms.
Well.
I stole the thunder! I stole the thunder! What's it in, Lorelei, registered dietitian
What
and
else
nutritionist?
do you remember it being in?
Spinach.
No.
What?
No.
Fortified milk.
Yep. Fortified foods. It's in fish from the sea.
Fish, sure.
Fish from the sea.
I don't remember her part of the song.
You can get a lot of it from things like salmon and stuff like that. But you might get it from your mushrooms if the mushrooms have been in the sun, basically. Yeah. Irradiated mushrooms specifically contain vitamin D, but you gotta look for a symbol on your packaging to know whether your mushrooms have been irradiated. I have a feeling that mine have not, sadly, so I'm not counting on it getting any vitamin D from this soup, but that doesn't mean it's not delicious. Mushrooms are still great for you. They're actually higher in protein than a lot of vegetables. Now I know we don't think of vegetables as being a source of protein, and that's partly because vegetables are so low in calories, but for the calories in vegetables, a high percentage of them are protein. So if you're eating a lot of vegetables, they are gonna add to your protein content for the day. This soup, now that the chopping's done, that's like the hard stuff, which Joe did for me. Yay, I'm so lucky. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to cook the barley, only a half a cup of barley, and we're gonna cook it in about 1.5 cups of the water, or stock. Now I actually like to use miso to make my own stock. Sometimes you can use like bouillon, or you can buy pre-made stock, or you can make your own stock. I'm vegetarian, so I stick to a stock that is vegetarian. Miso is a fermented soybean paste that I just think it's got a great flavor and can add to the flavor of the soup. We're gonna cook that in the soup pot. At the same time, we're gonna saute the onions and the garlic in, well, a fat. So the recipe that I'm using suggests butter. You could also use a vegan butter. You could just use oil. We're gonna saute those. After those have softened, we're gonna add all of the mushrooms. And it's like a full pound of mushrooms, although probably this is more than a pound, which is fine by me. Get as many mushrooms in there as you want and can afford. I've used a combination of mushrooms, so I think there's some button mushrooms here, there's some cremini mushrooms, which are like the baby bella mushrooms, and then we've also got some shiitakes, which are really flavorful, maybe a little more expensive from time to time, but sometimes really worth it if it's in your budget to have even a few of them, so you can just combine them with other ones. We're gonna add some salt to the mushrooms while those are cooking. And then basically we're just gonna add everything together. Once the barley is cooked, we're gonna add the rest of the stock to the barley with some soy sauce. You can use tamari, or like frankly, if you're out, look in your refrigerator or your drawers. See if you can find some packets from Asian restaurants that you have. Just you can use that. It calls for sherry. I think that can be interchanged with another acid. So probably today I'll be using red wine. You could also use like a balsamic vinegar if you want to. And then once the liquids have all come to a boil, then we're gonna add the vegetables to that. After you've sauteed the onions and the garlic and the mushrooms, you're gonna put them into the soup pot with everything else. Make sure you get all the liquids out of that pan. Some of the liquid comes out of the mushrooms, especially salted mushrooms as they cook. Don't lose that flavor. Simmer it for a little bit longer and that's it. So it really is a simple soup to put together. It takes a little bit of time for the barley to cook, for the vegetables to soften, and then everything to kind of meld together. And then that's it. It's more of a side soup than a main dish soup, so you can have it with something else. But it's delicious and nutritious, and enjoy Soup-tember.
Vitamins, vitamins, and minerals.
Okay. Soup's on! In the
Soup-tember.
spirit of making you taste hot things,
Why? Why do you even do this?
it's still super hot.
It smells good, nice and earthy.
Let's dish up a little bit. We'll just do a little bit and we can taste it. Ooh, the barley's cooked. There's tons of mushrooms. And there's lots of broth. I'm just gonna take a little bit. And then let the blowing commence.
Yeah. This is exciting television. Or YouTuber-y. I'm not sure what the proper phrase is.
So this is where we talk about all of the great health benefits of soup.
It's warm.
Good source of liquid, actually, in your diet, so you can hydrate from soup. And always good to put vegetables in there, and you can season it really easily without having to add like a lot of fat or rich ingredients.
It's good.
Yum.
Mushrooms are good.
I might throw a little bit of baked tofu on mine.
Do it.
To add a little protein. This is nice if you put it in the fridge and serve it later, because the barley will continue to absorb the liquid as the time goes by. Soups are usually even better second day, so enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in learning more about how you can get your vitamins and minerals through food, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you to download a handout that's gonna tell you 10 foods for each of the major vitamins and minerals. All right, join me again next time. Take care.